is the Big O Show. This 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 is...
There's just one place where you can drive the new 2025 Acura RDX for only $399 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
There's just one place where you can drive the new 2025 Acura Integra for only $289 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield Home Security System guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
We're celebrating a new year with new savings at Toyota of Hollywood, the official #1 volume Toyota dealer. Save big on a 24 Corolla, not $24,000, $17,988. Buy with 0% financing, 0 down. We're bringing you deals that strike fast and hard at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
There's just one place where you could drive a new Acura ZDX for only $239 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Good afternoon, boys and girls. Ready to rock and roll like we always do every Thursday here at Hialeah Park. Yes, sir. second floor poker room. Come on out and join us. We'll be out here for a couple of hours having some fun. Sean Stanley by my side. A lot of stuff to talk about in sports. Got some stuff in life, too, going on. Obviously, the crash yesterday. Our thoughts and prayers are with all who perished yesterday in that collision with the plane and the helicopter. Just, wow, the story that just floors you when you see stuff like that happen. And it's just terribly sad that nobody survived, and terrible, terrible accident. So our prayers, obviously, there with those folks and everything that went on last night. And they're going through right now also. Yeah, and a lot of a couple of skating pros were a part of it, too. U.S. skating and Russian. And
I saw there that Russia and American ice skaters were on board.
Yeah, I saw Nancy Kerrigan was like losing her mind. She was bawling and all that when she heard about the skaters also being there. So first and foremost, obviously, thoughts and prayers there, too. No doubt about that. All right, some stuff to talk about here on the show, obviously. I know Steve Calabro will come by with some wise guy picks. So we'll have well, actually, he doesn't really have to even make a pick. You don't have to make a pick. We're a week away. Yeah, we're still a week away. So really, there's no pick. Although I've already made I already made a bet. I already laid the points with the Chiefs. I got them going already. That one's I wanted to take advantage of the 1.5 just in case it changes. Just in case money starts coming in, it gets to 2.5. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll take the 1.5. And if it goes down like it did this past week with the Kansas City one, and it went down to 1 point, I was like, okay, I'll do that too and double it up. Let's go. Love it. Kansas City last week and then Buffalo the week before. God, I love those two bets. Went crazy with those. Those were able to get me more Caspa. And speaking of Caspa, very good day for Caspa. About 11%. Now it's down to like 9, I think, something like that right now. We're going to rock the Caspa. It's actually back up to 10.5% up. Not bad. 13 1/3 of a penny. So just over 13 cents. Not bad. I like it. But hey, who's on the Jasmine train with me? It went all the way up to like 41% or something. Right now, it's close to 34% that it's up. So Jasmine doing very well. Love it. Pendle is up 10%. Those are a couple of the double-digit ones that I have on the portfolio. They're doing well, which is just a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's nice to see a little green in the market. It's a nice start. You know what I mean? It's not anything to go crazy about, but and remember, I told you on the Crypto Bro Show that either this week or next week. So I have still about 10 more days to next Sunday that the market is going to explode. So maybe this is the beginning of it. But I guarantee you that by the end of next week, we are flying. That's just, I'm not a financial advisor by any stretch, but I told you last week or over the weekend, I think I told you, hey, either this coming week or next week, we are taking off. So it was a nice bump, but we haven't taken off yet. This is a nice little bump. That's all I can call it. I can't really call it that much yet. But I think we're on the brink. We're on the brink. I hope I'm not wrong. I hope we finally get to it because we're all waiting for that altcoin explosion. I mean, Bitcoin's been riding really, really well. But I think, as I told a friend of mine this morning, we're headed for the high teens, the low 20s now. This is the next step, and it's coming in Bitcoin. And then everything else will follow like always. Let's see what we got. Oscar Rojas is in the house in Melbourne. Ray Sosa, Cosa Nostra. Sam I Am is rock the Caspa. One-Eyed Jack is in. Jay Gelfin, TJ Superman, Utah Finns fan. Says we better get this draft right or heads will roll. Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with the draft. It has to do with the results at the end of the season, my brother. You better get the draft, free agency, the regular season right. There's a lot of things you better get right, but no heads are going to roll till the end of the season if Mike McDaniel doesn't figure this out. And if he doesn't figure it out, he's going to get a whole bunch of people fired. Okay? So, Ragin is in the house. Chris Duquette. Hit the like or get suspended like Jimmy. There you go. Skylar Tipton is in. One of the greatest artists of all time, the 21st century. The Weeknd drops his final album as The Weeknd tonight. What do you mean final album? He's like 30 years old. What is he? He's a kid. What is he not going to be called The Weeknd anymore? Is he going to be changing his name? Final album? Is he getting out of the music business? I don't understand that one. You lost me on that one. I didn't know that The Weeknd was dropping out. Brian Radke. And I like The Weeknd, by the way. He actually does a really nice job. I like him. Final rodeo as The Weeknd. So what, is he going to go to his name or something?
I don't. This is going off of, again, I'm just real quick looked it up. What's it? Tesfaye? Is that his name? Tesfaye?
I guess.
Doesn't plan to retire from the music industry. He says, hurry up tomorrow will be his final rodeo as The Weeknd.
Okay.
In an interview with Variety, when asked if he would quit music, he responded, I don't think I can stop doing that.
Okay, so he's not going to be known as The Weeknd anymore. All right. Okay. Let's see. Big O, very good advances across the markets today. Yeah, nice little start. Jonathan Jensen, oh my God, Tanya Harding is getting killed on X over the plane crash last night. Yeah, because she's so into, I made it on X, I opened my account and this and that, and she's more into her, and she's a figure skater, and some figure skaters just died, and maybe your first day on X, you may want to like focus on something that you were a part of, and so that's probably why she's getting killed. Yeah. Like, she got killed when she put out that porn. When I Jack says, on Jasmine and Caspa with you. Oh, let's go. Nice. Look at you. Yuri Cristofante is in the house. Lenny Pena. Let's see. Sweet Baby Ray, Scary Terry, and Scary Shooting Slump. Now in a Scary Betting Slump, too. That's right. We'll get to that. Abel Tesfaye. It will be weekends from then on. Oh, it will be weekdays from then on. Okay, I got it. Is he going to consider himself weekday? I know, terrible LOL. When staking Solana on Tangem, it says rewards are automatic, but on their website it says you have to unstake it to get rewards. Do you stake on Tangem? Yes. You don't touch it. You just leave it there. You're getting your rewards automatically, and they're getting restaked automatically. What it means is if you want to claim them, you know what I mean? If you want to claim the rewards and use them, then yeah, you have to unstake it. And then you have to unstake how much you want out of it. But, what you normally do, at least this is what I do, I stake it all and I don't touch it ever again. The next time I say unstake, it's because I'm selling. You understand? So leave it there if you don't need the money. If you need the money, then unstake it and take the money. But if you don't need the money, then just leave it there and it just gets restaked. So what you're staking increases in value. Okay? So if you have $50 staked and you got in $1 of interest over last couple of days, now you have $51 staked, and so on and so forth. So it gets staked automatically. What it's telling you is that if you need to claim any of it, you're going to have to unstake it in order to claim it. That's what it's trying to tell you. So it's up to you. The day you want to sell out, you must unstake. Okay? So that's kind of what it's telling you. But if you don't need the money, then just don't touch it. Leave it alone. It'll be restaked automatically, so it grows whatever you're staking, and you're then earning more and more and more. So it's pretty cool. And let me tell you, they have a good reward on Tangem. I was staking my soul on Exodus, and I ended up getting a better percentage on Tangem. So that's good. That is very, very good. I hope I answered your question. Not sure. I think Tanya Harding was the tape. Yeah. Is Nancy just yelling? Yeah. Why? Big Johnson is checking in. Getting off work, ready for a 3-day weekend, but too damn cold to do anything. Shit, it's so hard right now. It's frustrating. I can't keep up. Nothing in my crypto. It sucks. Shit, it's so hard right now. It's frustrating. I can't keep nothing in my crypto. It sucks. Oh, I see what you're saying. You can't keep it. You're taking it out. I got you. Gotcha. By the way, Welton Rayom, let's tell you a little bit about the boys. Welton Rayom, Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom, bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. Reach out to our guys, Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom. You need lawyers you can trust. And boy, in the state of Florida, the most important thing you do is hire the right lawyers. 954-966-4646. Or if you're dealing with an insurance company and they're giving you the runaround and they're not living up to their responsibilities, call the two dudes that will bring them to their knees. I saw it with Progressive. They kicked Progressive's ass for me, okay? And they've come through for so many of our listeners now. Property damage, business damage, car crashes, truck crashes. I mean, all kinds of stuff that has gone on with some of our listeners over the years, and they've called Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom, and they constantly come through. You're going to love them. Call them. They're in Hollywood. Consultation's completely free. So if you don't know if you have a case, you won't find out until you call and explain. 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. One-Eyed Jack says, got it. Thanks. Oh, your answer makes perfect sense. There you go. So let's talk about butthurt Dolphin fans. Some of you out there, you're either not very smart or you're just children. I'm not exactly sure. It's a little bit of both, right? So yesterday, we find out that Aaron Glenn, the head coach of the Jets, hires Steve Wilks to be his defensive coordinator. So I tweet out, Aaron Glenn does something very smart and common sense, something I wish that Mike McDaniel would do. Okay. Now, I think if you have half a brain, you figure out what I just said. Okay. So here are the answers I start getting from Dolphins. I get one idiot. Well, let me tell you something. Aaron Glenn's going to be a terrible coach. His defense in Detroit was terrible, this, that. At no point did I say Aaron Glenn was a good coach, was a bad coach, was an average coach, was going to be great, was going to be bad, was going to be mediocre. Nothing. I just said it was a very smart decision to hire Steve Wilks, and he didn't understand what I was talking about. Then I got several, okay, some guys that are really cool and all that, but I ripped everybody yesterday because it was just like, it was just too many people that came at me with stupidity. Well, what happened? Oh, you don't like Weaver anymore? Wait a minute. Where did I say I didn't like Weaver? I just said it was really smart for Aaron Glenn to hire Steve Wilks to be his defensive coordinator. I think you guys are figuring out, some of you, right, may figure out what I mean by that, right? Doesn't mean I'm a Jets fan. Doesn't mean I'm saying Aaron Glenn is awesome. Doesn't mean I'm saying he sucks. Doesn't mean I'm saying he's going to be a Hall of Fame coach. And I'm like, All right, idiots. Where did I say I didn't like Weaver? Then there are a couple people that chimed in, and one guy goes, I think what Orlando's trying to say is that Aaron Glenn, as a young head coach, hired a experienced defensive coordinator so he can do the job he used to do, and Aaron Glenn can now focus on being a head coach. To me, that's a genius move on Aaron Glenn's part. You're a young head coach. The last thing you should do is be the defensive coordinator and the head coach. And guess what we have here in Miami? We have a guy that is incapable, incompetent, and a constant F up as a head coach and an offensive coordinator. That's all I meant. That's it. That's all. And then some of you get mad because I rip you for stupidity. You know, some of you out there, it's just like that guy, he just started going off on Aaron Glenn. Oh, well, Aaron Glenn, let me tell you, he's going to be a terrible coach, this, that. And I was like, bro, I don't care if he's going to be a terrible coach. I hope he is. I'm a Dolphins fan. All I'm saying is, as a young coach, he did the right thing. He went and got himself a defensive coordinator that's actually better than him. What a concept. He got a guy that is a damn good coach, as a defensive coordinator. And he, said, yeah, there you go. I'm going to run the team. Because does Dan Campbell run the offense or the defense? No. He runs the team. He learned that. See? So, and then I get these butthurt Dolphin fans from all over the place. And it's like, man, you people are children or stupid. One of the two. Grow up, man. Get a life. I'm objective. I'm just going to call things like I see it. Even if I like the person or don't like the person, if I like the team or don't like the team, it doesn't matter. My job here every day is to try and be the most objective I can about everything. And I just wish that my coach, Mike McDaniel, would have done the same thing that Aaron Glenn's doing from moment one. Does it mean he's going to succeed? No. But will it help him? Yes. Actually, it will. And I actually think that Mike McDaniel has a better chance of succeeding if someone else ran the offense, because he's not very good at it. So that's all I was doing yesterday, is complimenting Aaron Glenn. I know it's blasphemous for a Miami Dolphins fan to compliment a New York Jet in any way, shape, or form. But that's what we do on the show. We call things like we see it. So if some of you out there got your little feelings hurt because you're stupid, I can't help you. If you're an idiot and you can't understand English, if you can't comprehend English, sorry. Listen, I'm not here about your feelings. How many times do I have to say that? How many times do I have to say, I don't care about your feelings? I don't worry about your feelings. Not worried. Don't care. So, maybe you should walk on eggshells on my timeline. That's all. Maybe you should think. Maybe you should read the Twitter timeline, because sometimes there's an explanation there for stuff and you can kind of see, and then maybe you won't have to say something stupid, because then I'm going to slam you. But it's just so childish from some of you. You're like children. You say something positive about an opponent and you lose your minds. Grow up, get laid, get a life. Some guy's sending me a tweet this morning on a mock draft. Thank God Omar answered him, and he answered him with the logical answer. I said, dude, we haven't even had free agency, which, smart by Omar. Who gives a shit about the draft right now, dude? You got no life if you're worried about mock drafts right now. We haven't even had free agency. We got to go through free agency first to kind of get a better feel for the draft. But I mean, I get it if you have no life. So if you're butthurt because I praised Aaron Glenn for making the smart move that our coach makes the stupid move, I'm sorry if you can't handle that. But Aaron Glenn at least has given himself a better chance to be a head coach than Mike McDaniel. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. He took the burden of the defense off of him. Now he can focus on the team, and a more experienced defensive coordinator, a better defensive coordinator, will work his defense. I don't know. That sounds like a smart move to me. Sounds like a lot of intelligence behind that move by Aaron Glenn. Sounds like he checked his ego at the door. Something our guy can't. Seems like, he stood there in the podium and said, I'm the best man for the job in this building, even though Darrell Bevell has 10 times the experience he does. So we give credit to people who deserve it. That's what we do on the show. Even if it pains me that I have to give a Jets coach credit for doing something I wish my Dolphins coach would do. So all I say to some of you out there that get butt hurt from this kind of stuff, or you're dumb, grow the hell up or get an education, bro. Learn how to comprehend the English language. All right, there we go. What else do we have here? What else? Checking in. Oh, getting off work. Got that. Cosa Nostra. Steve Wilkes sucked in Cleveland, SF, and DC. That's fine. Scary Terry. Glenn, I don't know, focusing on being a head coach, unlike McD, who wants to do everything himself. Exactly. You'll get the butthurt fans like Cosa Nostra. Steve Wilkes sucked. McDaniels is too stubborn to relinquish play calling until he does that. Well, I mean, listen, you only have McDaniel for one more year. Who are we kidding, bro? This season's going to be an outright disaster, and it'll be over, and they'll fire him at the end of the year or 3/4 of the way. I've seen this story before, bro. I know where we're going with this. I don't even have to worry about putting a lot of effort into this season. I know where we're going. So, Big O, maybe they thought you meant Coach Dreamweaver. Gary Wright, LOL. Don't forget, folks, you can make a donation, Cash App, or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App, or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which, of course, we love the Bitcoin or Ethereum donations as always. Thank you. And you can also make a donation through PayPal, too. You can use the QR codes there that Sean Stanley will show you to make the donations, and we always appreciate that. Do want to remind you about R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall, Ray and Mike. They do amazing work, folks. Complete remodel, kitchen upgrades with appliances, waterproofing for your terrace and balcony, flood test report, very important. We've had several of our listeners that are condo owners, and let me tell you something. Condo owners are right now the people that I feel for the most in Florida, because you are going through some rough times right now with the associations, the new laws, and everything going on. And one of the things also is having your balcony and a flood test report and waterproofing your terrace and your balcony. All these things are so important nowadays, and it helps you insurance-wise. You all know it that own condos. If you're looking to get that done and get it done the right way, please call Ray and Mike. They'll get it done. 305-345-3649. That's 305-345-3649. They do bathroom upgrades, impact windows and door installations, all these kind of things that will help bring the insurance costs down. Call R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall. If you want to see how exceptional their work is, I'm talking about seamless, I'm talking about beautiful, go to their Instagram page, RMC Fisher Island, at RMC Fisher Island. Check it out. R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall. And that's right. Think Blue Dodgers. Smash that like button. That's it. Nobody can respect that McDork, says Relentless. Well, I have a hard time seeing anybody respect that guy right now, to be quite honest. Okay? And you need something special to handle Tyreek. The thing about Andy Reid is, like, you see him happy-go-lucky like that outside and all that, behind the scenes, he's going to tear you a new one, bro. He's not going to tolerate bullshit and all that. So he knows how to walk that fine line. And in public, he can give you that one thing. And then behind the scenes, you know, his players know it's business. You don't have his kind of success without being able to crack the whip behind the scenes. I'm just sorry we don't have that guy here at all. Let me get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar and the amazing Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443, custom printing and embroidery. Last night, the Panthers got it done over the Kings, 3-0. Bob with 29 saves. Barkov, Bennett, and Kachuk all had goals. Matthew, by the way, added 2 assists to go along with the goal. Saturday, they take on Chicago. Bang, bang, at 1 o'clock. Let's see. Last night, Cavs over the Heat, 126-106. Miami drops back to 23-23. Donovan Mitchell was outstanding, dude. God, 34 points and 6 assists, and the team just did not play tough enough. They lacked toughness yesterday. That was a problem yesterday. 47-35 out-rebounded, 13-6 on the offensive boards. Turnovers, 12-7. The Heat had way too many. Just, you know, that's not good enough. No balls last night. That was one thing that really hurt in that game last night. But they're kids, and they got to learn. San Antonio, by the way, on Saturday on the road at 8:30. Nova Southeastern, MJ Araldi led it with 29 points. Riker Scissorick also added 29 points as Nova beat Lynn 104-88. Saturday, they take on Barry at 4 o'clock. Virginia beat the University of Miami 82-71. The Canes dropped to 4-17, 0-10 in the ACC. Will they even win one game in the ACC? They've already gone winless in the first round of the ACC because you're 0-10. So you've played everybody once and lost already. Saturday, by the way, they take on Notre Dame at 8 o'clock. Oh, the ACC tournament. That's how they'll get in. I got you. FAU, by the way, beat University of Texas San Antonio 94-74. They improved to 4-4 in the American Conference, 11-10 overall. On Sunday, they take on South Florida at 2 o'clock. And tonight, the Lady Canes are in action at the Watsco Center at 7 o'clock. Virginia and taking the court. There you go. And scary Terry Rozier is being investigated by the feds due to a betting incident. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. Let me get to the Terry Rozier story that he's being investigated by the feds. And obviously this all has to do with, what's the name of the kid again? I forgot. Jonte Parker, or whatever, the kid that got kicked out of the league. And Jonte Porter, that's it. And listen, I don't know if he's guilty or not. It looks very circumstantial. Terry's very erratic, but there were a lot of bets placed on him. And so the real problem is going to be with his phone. And Terry, by the way, you can erase all and delete them all. They still have them, by the way, just so you'll know. Just in case, if you did anything dirty. See, the thing here is the NBA said they did their investigation. They don't have any access to phones. The feds, they can easily pull up your phone records. and get all your texts and everything. So if there's anything incriminating on his phone, they're going to find it. And then, so here's the thing. I don't know if he's guilty or not. It looks very circumstantial. Maybe it's not. Maybe the guy is guilty. We're going to find out. But if he's found guilty this year, the Heat might get some luxury tax breaks this year. If he's found guilty and they void his contract, Miami frees up his entire salary next year. I know what you sons of bitches are doing right now. You're all hoping he's guilty. We're so bad. We're so bad. I mean, his career would be over, by the way. So you're kind of wishing that his career, you're really not wishing, because if he did it on his own, he buried himself, not anybody else. You know what I'm saying? But it is kind of weird that you're secretly going, well, my team has this cap hit problem, and that would be nice if you can eliminate that salary. Plus we get rid of Jimmy. You never know if they get rid of Tyler. Well, then, there's lots of flexibility coming. So we'll see what happens with Scary Terry. I have no idea, man. No idea. None of us can really answer that. Okay. And last night, what I'll say about last night is the Heat is a young team. Okay. Now, Bam, you're not young. And here's where I'm going to call out Bam. Okay. You're supposed to be the super role player. Well, yesterday, let me go over your stats, Bam. You had 9 rebounds, 4 turnovers. You had 21 points, 7 of 13, 2 of 4. Pretty efficient overall offensively. But I need you had no blocks, and 9 rebounds is not enough. And you need to play a better defensive game, a better rebounding game. This is the kind of game that I need you to walk away with 14, 15, 17 rebounds. You're playing against 2 bigs. I didn't see enough intimidation. I didn't see enough force. I didn't see enough physicality. Dude, how many penalties do you think how many fouls did the Heat have last night? 5. 5 fucking personal fouls. What kind of pussy ass shit is that? Do I have to get vulgar about it? You're constantly getting beat up and pushed in the paint. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Let's go. Enough. I don't want to see stuff like that. And I know the Cavs are badass, but I need you to play tough, bro. I need you to get physical. I need you to hit these fools. 5 fouls. What were you doing? Saving them for a rainy day or something? What was the NFL coach that took the timeouts with him a couple weeks back that we were laughing at his ass? Yeah, right? You know who I'm talking about. You all know. What are we doing? 5 fouls for an entire team for 4 quarters, and you're getting beat up in the paint. Come on, let's go. I mean, getting physical is that's not the hardest thing in the world. That was actually the easiest thing I could do in the basketball court. Usually when I played basketball, I was the guy that was kind of enforcing shit. Getting rebounds, all that kind of stuff. I love, fighting in the paint. That was one of my favorite things. And if you were even bigger, it was a better challenge for me because we were going to have it out. That was my style of basketball. I loved it. Okay. So I'm just wondering, I'm watching that last night and I'm watching these guys get all pushed around and finesse and, man, bro, you're the older guy. I expect Khalil a little bit to get pushed around because he's young and skinny and he's got to beef up the body a little bit. And so but I still need more force from him too. So that's one thing that I did not like last night. I expected you to lose. I don't have a problem losing. I have a problem folding like a cheap chair. I have a problem when you are getting pushed around constantly. I have a problem when you play like a complete wuss. Okay? Like an absolute wuss. 5 fouls last night. 5 fouls. Khalil Ware, Bam, and Jovic should have walked away from that game each with 5 fouls. They're big guys. Bro, I'm hammering them. I'm hammering them. I did not understand that last night. And I hope that was the message last night. I didn't care about the loss. I cared about how you lost. Somebody stood there and said, I'm punching you in the mouth. And you said, oh, and that's it. You did nothing else. You didn't punch back. You didn't fight back. There was nothing. You know, I expect Tyler Hero to be a finesse player. You know what I'm saying? But some of the other guys, I need some more dog, bro. So that would be my message to the Miami Heat last night. You guys disgusted Pat Riley last night. I guarantee you that the Godfather sat back and said, "Oh my God, what is this? What DNA do they have? Because it's not male." He must have said, "Oh my God, the shrinking violets are back." Very few of you will even know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyway, let's see. What else do we have? Jeff in Long Island. He forgot it was Thursday. Raging is in. The NFL should be investigated by the feds for their crap officiating. Rojas says, Big O, it looks like most teams aren't interested in Butler. Do you think if we package a deal with Tyler, we may get a lot more interest, picks, etc.? Nope. Has nothing to do with that. And plus, can you imagine? Nobody's going to take both guys at the same time. That's an enormous amount of. That's $80 million. No.
Yeah, and with the tier that the Heat are on, they have to match money for money.
Right. Yeah.
So you'd have to give up your whole.
Rojas doesn't get the business. Rojas has no idea about the business of basketball. He's just doing what fans do. Lenny says, I don't wish it on anyone, but man, oh man, if we can get rid of Terry due to his mishaps, it would be one happy Heat fan. Yeah, I know. I know a lot of you would be happy. Yeah. Let's see. I don't trust Bum. Never did, never will. Well, I wouldn't call him a bum. It's just there are times where Bam just, too passive, bro. Too passive for me. I just it's not in my DNA. I can't handle it. Aren't those the same Cavs that had a hard time in the playoffs against the Orlando Magic last year? Tough. Anyone against the Heat is tough. The Cavs team from last year and this year are two different teams. Okay. So if you're watching, you should know that, but you're probably not watching. So you assume, but it's a much better team now than it was last year. Last year, you made that trade. Everybody's trying to get accommodated, get to learn everybody, all that kind of stuff. You got through all of that. Now you got through the whole offseason, training camp, everything. And that's why you've got like a 38-9 record, dude. That's not the same Cavs team from last year. This team is better, deeper, better, more experienced. And they've got the chemistry now. So it's not the same team. By the way, is the Magic the same team from last year? The other way. The Cavs aren't the same team one way, and the Magic aren't the same team the other way. Interesting, right? So that's where you've got to look at it the way it really is and what's actually going on. Let me tell you a little bit about Toyota of Hollywood. Yes, sir. 1841 North State Road 7, right on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. And go see my guy, Herbie Lopez. They do absolutely amazing, amazing work. They got a building there. It's got like 8 or 9 floors full of cars. It's like 2,000 cars, over 1,200 new cars. It's beautiful. You're going to go get a RAV4. You know, you're going to look, or a Tundra or something, and you're going to see a ton of them. So that way you can get a large selection and pick the car you want, the color you want, the style you want, the model you want, but more importantly, get the price you want right now. And they've got no payments for 90 days. They've got 2.75% financing available for 4 full years, 0 down. They will buy any new Toyota, and you can get up to $2,000 over Kelley Blue Book value for your trade-in, folks. Get on down there. Check it out, 1841 North State Road 7. They are the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the Southeast United States. So get on down there. They're open till midnight. So for those of you that have real work, you know, you got a job and you get off at 5 or 6 or 7. You're like, damn, dude, they're not going to be open late. And this is a process. No, they're open till midnight. So you've got plenty of time. Get on down there. You can go check out the cars, take the test drive. I mean, you are going to love it. They've got a beautiful service center, by the way. If you own or lease a Toyota, you can get it serviced there. They've got several restaurants there. They got a beautiful lounge, TVs, all kinds of stuff. Really, Herbie has just created an environment that is second to none. I have never seen a dealership this size and with this amount of cars. And with that amount of cars, it gives you a great selection. So go check it out at Toyota of Hollywood. All right. Don't forget, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation also on the show. Let's see, what else do we have? ESPN, by the way, picked up its option for the ACC. So they've got control through the ACC through 2036. Did the ACC really want that? Or did they want free agency so they could get a better deal?
I would think they'd want free agency to get a better deal, but at least now SMU doesn't get paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do have a question, though.
What's that?
Because they're not taking the money, so they don't get paid in media rights till 2037?
But maybe because they had to pay an entry fee, and then that entry fee is getting discounted from the money that they're supposed to.
I know a lot of teams were upset because Cal took a deduction, and so did the 2 West Coast teams.
Stanford.
Yeah, and then SMU said, we don't want any of the revenue. But now, so they don't get no included until 37?
Yes. They got oil money.
I know they do, but my God,
they got oil money.
And then also, it only.
And by the way, they got the Trumpster now for 4 years.
That's true, and
that'll
then
pump their oil even more.
And each school only got $30 million with all that extra. Like that's it's a write-off for the SEC schools, right? I mean,
I know.
Banking.
Or Big Ten.
Yeah, true.
They're making a hell of a lot more. So yeah, sucks, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't do anything about it, man.
ESPN also is going to launch a new show with Stephanie McMahon.
Oh, the wrestling
called Stephanie's Places. Yeah, she's going to travel in all these.
Is she
WWE stars
charismatic?
Yeah.
Oh, she is? I don't know. I know the name. I've never heard her speak. I've never seen an interview, so I have no idea she has any.
She did a character role, which is turned into real life because in the character role, they had Triple H marry her, and then in real life, they ended up getting married. So she's got good charisma. It's going to be interesting to see because I've never seen her in that role of necessarily leading a show. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's her show, her visiting. But the thing is, it's like the clip they show is like she visits Roman Reigns on a yacht. And then it goes in depth because it's more about getting the pop culture with the WWE and all that. But it's going to be interesting because she was on McAfee today talking about it.
Okay.
because again, they're in Indianapolis this Saturday, Royal Rumble.
Okay. All right. Let's see what else. Music question. Did you ever see ARS live? I didn't and regret it still. They're such an underrated band, IMO. Yes, I have. I saw Spooky. Yes, I did see ARS. The latter version and then the old version back at the Hollywood Sportatorium, I believe it was. Long time ago. Yeah. Yeah, it was the Sporto I saw him at. Yes. The Sporto. 80s, I believe it was. So yes, I saw them a long time ago in the Sporto, and then I've seen them twice. The version that's out there now, because they've obviously lost a few people, unfortunately. And they still sound pretty good, by the way, the ones that are still there. I forgot who's alive. Can you tell me who is still alive in the Atlanta Rhythm section? ARS. I forgot who's still alive, but I know they've lost a few of the originals from the band. But yes, I have. Yeah. Little champagne jam, baby. Yes, sir, Brett. I love ARS. They're like an underrated, underappreciated rock band. You know, plus I'm a Southern country guy. I'm a Southern rock guy, and they are like light Southern rock. You know, they are like the other version of 38 Special, because 38 Special is Southern rock pop in a way. You know what I mean? Because their Southern rock was a little poppy. And so that ARS kind of feels that way too. You know what I mean?
I can tell you who the present ones are. I don't know if they're necessarily the original ones, though.
I don't remember the names now myself.
Oh, okay. I mean, I could go back through and compare it, but I didn't.
It'll probably tell you like at the beginning of the formation of the band and all that, and then you can tell if the original members are still there. But I know they've had several changes, right?
Rodney Justo is still lead vocal.
Okay, there you go. So you have one. I know they've lost
one so far.
I know they've lost a few from the original, but they still sound good, by the way. The ARS that's out there, if you go watch them, I mean, you know, and they keep the music alive, man. And they still groove. So it's pretty cool. If you have a chance, Brett, see the version that's out there now. And apparently the lead singer is still there. So that's pretty cool.
Is Daughtry related to Daughtry? Dean Daughtry? Is that related?
I doubt. I don't know if it's his dad. I doubt it. I'm going to say no. I'm going to just take a wild guess and say no, but you never know. Could be.
It looks like that's it.
That's
the
it, huh?
Singer is the only one.
Well, that's not a bad one, because it's really, you don't listen to ARS necessarily. Oh, because the musicians are amazing. I gotta, oh my God, I gotta see Rick Wakeman, Eddie Van Halen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you could go to see a band and. Like, yes, it was like, oh, let me go see Steve Howe. Let me go see Rick Wakeman. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, holy shit, So sometimes, yeah, you go see a band and you're like, okay, I got to see Neil Peart jam. Even though Geddy Lee and Lifeson are terrific, Neil Peart was the guy that was considered elite of elite. You know what I'm saying? So ARS is not the band that you go see and say, oh, I got to go see that guitarist. He's amazing. Hey, I'm going to go see Rat. Warren DeMartini's a badass. I got to see him jam. That's not the case, Iron Maiden. Oh, Steve Harris is flying with those fingers on the bass. Sometimes you could do that with certain bands.
Oh.
And if you're missing that talent, then you're missing an element from that night. But in ARS, if you have the lead singer, I think you're all right. So just the lead singer.
Yeah, well, Dean Daughtry was traveling with the band up till 2019. He passed away in 2023.
I know they've lost a bunch.
And then Robert Nix passed away in 2012. So those two members are no longer there.
That I know. I knew. I just didn't know the names, but I know over the years, because I remember reading over the years, ARS member passed away. And I'm like, wow, holy shit.
Yeah, because actually it's Rodney Justo now, Steve Stone, Dave Anderson, Justin Sinker, Lee Sheely, and Roger Steffen.
Okay.
Are the band members.
My suggestion, Brett, go see him if you get a chance. If you love ARS, go see him. It's worth it. Imaginary Lover. That's such a good song. Oh, man. Big O, from the original ARS band members, singer and keyboardist Ronnie Hammond died in 2011. Drummer Robert Nix passed away in 2012. The band lost bassist Paul Goddard in 2014, April 9th, 2023. There you go. So singer and keyboardist Ronnie Hammond died in 2011. So that's another singer. So, well, they probably, you know why? They probably have two different people singing songs. That's probably what it is.
Let me ask you a question.
That's what it is.
Was because the originals and who was on the album Back Up Against the Wall and everything are different.
Oh, really?
Rodney Justo was the lead vocal the beginning, summer 71 and January of 72.
Okay.
They released Atlantic Rhythm Section in 72.
Okay.
Then Ronnie Hammond took over lead vocals for Back Up Against the Wall, Third Annual Pipe Dream, Dog Days, Red Tape, A Rock and Roll Alternative, Champagne Jam, Underdog.
Oh, wow.
And in that group, it was Ronnie Hammond, Barry Bailey, J.R. Cobb, Paul Goddard, Dean Daughtry, Robert Nix. So the originals were there. The only thing they replaced was Rodney Justo. And they added J.R. Cobb on the lead guitar. So I'm not sure where we say the band.
Oh, well, you know what I'm going to do?
From, so
I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to, I think it's Dog Days, right? Track listing. No, not
Ronnie Hammond would be lead vocals on Dog Days.
Okay.
That was 72 to 79 was that group.
Let me see. Red Tape.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Ronnie Hammond.
Right. And then Rock and Roll Alternative.
Same thing.
Track listing. I'm looking for So Into You. Okay, so now let me see what we have here. Personnel. Ronnie Hammond was the lead singer, and he's there now.
No,
he's dead.
He's
the one that died.
Ricky Justo, Rodney Justo. Sorry, Rodney.
Okay, Justo. So Hammond was the one for the big songs.
Yes, it seems that way. Yes.
Right. So he's gone. That's what he was saying. That he was the singer and keyboardist.
Yeah. So
away.
Then,
so
do they classify the beginning of it when they hit it big, or when because Justo was the original lead singer, he left. Then they hit the break.
Right. They hit it with Hammond. So really, Hammond is the guy. There's a new sheriff in town, and his name is Reggie Hammond. Reggie Hammond. Brian Radke. Thank you, sir, for the love on Cash App. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very kind of you, sir. Thank you. Thanks, man. Very nice of you, Brian. Appreciate that immensely. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. And Brett is thanking you for that information there, Sean. By the way, the MLS has done their evaluations. Forbes did their evaluations of teams in the MLS. Where do you think Inter Miami ranks in that valuation there, Sean? What number is Miami?
Now, this goes off of how much money's been put in also, or?
I'm
going to go
total
number
value
one.
of the team.
Number one.
Number two? You can guess number one. Go ahead. Take a guess. Where is it coming from?
Where is it? LA Galaxy?
LA, but it's LAFC.
LAFC, okay. That's
LAFC is number one. Inter Miami is two. LA Galaxy is three.
Okay.
So LA has two of the top three teams. And, okay, for people, soccer will never grow in this country. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. 5 teams have hit the $1 billion valuation. Okay. Los Angeles FC 128, Miami 119, Galaxy 111, Atlanta United, the ones that beat Miami, 1.08, and New York City FC exactly $1 billion. So 5 of the teams, 5 of the 29, going to be 30 this year. 5 of the 29 teams already have hit $1 billion in evaluation.
Now, does that include Freedom Park?
By the way, that's worth more than the Marlins.
Yeah, and then
No.
so that'll go up then.
Exactly. That was going to be my.
Oh.
You stole the nugget from me. Damn it!
I'm sorry.
Stole the nugget from me, you
Damn it.
thief.
Got to compare notes.
So, can you imagine when the stadium opens up the following season? Because the revenue streams,
Where's
everything.
Cincinnati on there?
So they have a beautiful stadium.
No, they do, but
they are number 9 at $725 million. They're
think
top
about
10.
that. Think about that.
And they got a brand new stadium.
Cincinnati, because I remember
And it's
the
Cincinnati.
fans got behind them and like
Big time, because their USL team was
Yeah.
a beast. They used to draw like 15,000 to the USL team.
Crazy to me that Cincinnati's in the top 10.
Yeah. Number 29. Take a guess.
Orlando?
No. They're 24. They're pretty down, actually.
Wow.
I thought they would be up, and they have their own stadium.
Yeah, but I've driven that stadium needs a little
Yeah.
bit. I mean,
Right. It was done a while back.
yeah,
They probably have to upgrade
Yeah,
it.
they need to upgrade it.
They
And
need to
it looks
upgrade.
nice on TV and everything, but
CF Montreal.
yeah, okay, I can see that.
$450 million. So Inter is worth double, more than double. How
What about
that?
Toronto?
Toronto, let's see where Toronto is. Vancouver is 28th, by the way.
Oh, maybe is there Toronto? Or
Yeah.
Vancouver? Okay.
10th. They are 10th, $725 million. They're tied with Cincinnati at 725.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Portland Timbers is right behind them at number 11 at 720.
Why is Montreal so much lower than the other Canadian teams? The location?
Yeah, it's probably Montreal. Well, Vancouver is 28. So really,
What's the 30? What's 30?
No, there is no 30. 30 comes in this year,
yeah,
San
so
Diego.
20, 29. Who's 27?
27 is Colorado.
But that's in that area, right? Isn't Colorado?
Yeah, Colorado, Real
Montreal-
Salt Lake, Vancouver.
Is Vancouver above?
Yeah, it's up
above Colorado,
Seattle.
right?
Seattle.
Above Seattle. Okay, that's
Yeah.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
And then where's Montreal in reference to that?
More to the
Minnesota
east.
area?
More over above Minnesota.
Okay, and then Buffalo is Toronto.
Right.
Area. I mean.
Yeah.
that
Toronto.
type,
Yeah, it's more the far east.
Far east. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting that the Northeast teams are really
Strong. Well, no, the West Coast teams too. The LAs, the Seattles.
No, but the Northeast teams are at the bottom as far as valuation.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, yeah. No, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, the closest Northeast team, DC United, starts at number 12 at 720.
Yeah, that's
And
not
New York.
Northeast, right?
And New York. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's North. I'm sorry.
Northeast.
I meant Northwest teams. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Well, no,
Colorado.
Seattle's
Good, but I'm talking about like Colorado, Vancouver.
Right. Yeah.
Those are down. I'm sorry. I said Northeast.
Yeah.
I meant Northwest. I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. When you start saying the other thing, I was like, wait,
confusing me
what?
there.
Yeah, I confused myself. I'm gonna go back to what I do best.
Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you. Thank you, sir. What happened? Well, go be a Jets fan then. I don't know. I don't know if he's talking to somebody else. I have no idea. Remember I talked to you guys about this story a while back, and I told you that it was absolute garbage and there was no truth to it whatsoever because it would make no sense. But again, sensationalism sells. Okay? Did Tom Brady actually want Bill Belichick as the next head coach for the Raiders? So, Florio from Pro Football Talk, which, by the way, they were the ones that also had the story that he, wanted him. that he wanted him. It says, remember when it was leaked that multiple teams had asked Belichick whether he would be open to leaving North Carolina and returning to the NFL? With that twist, he had spoken directly to Raiders minority owner and influencer Tom Brady. Brady had, we were told, zero interest in hiring Belichick. Floyer explained the gesture, we were told, was a favor to Belichick in an effort to try to pull the ripcord on a potential NFL market for his services. First of all, when the story initially came up, they didn't say that. I was the one that said, if anything, this is Brady doing Belichick a solid to throw out his name out there. You can go back and rewind and go check it out, and it's there. It's not erased. And people are like, oh, he could opt out and this. And I was like, he's not. Nobody wants him, dude. Nobody wants Belichick. After all that shit, nobody wanted. And definitely Tom Brady, who left him, is not going to want to work for his ass. Silly story. Zero truth to it. But this is our media nowadays, that we rather, sensationalize something when there's no truth to it. That's where we live. But you could check, and I'm sure in Pro Football Talk they had it too when they initially came out. They all threw that out there. Why? Because that's how you get clicks. Oh, could he leave? Oh, let me read. It'll get Patriots fans to read. It'll get Raiders fans to read. It'll get interesting football fans to read, and then people will talk about it. And then that's why you'll be checking in with me saying, hey, let's trade Tyreek. Well, you can't. It's not going to happen. Oh, but I read somewhere. Yeah, I know that. You read it, or somebody wants to talk about it, but it's really unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you got to look at it, and it is what it is. That's this environment that we live in. Anybody would believe that Brady would want anything to do with Belichick is pure insanity, dude. Pure insanity. How about a disturbing story? This is probably one of the most disturbing stories you can hear before actually something serious could possibly happen. Gabby Thomas, do you know who she is? The track and field star, the woman, you never seen her? She's got this magical smile, gold medal winner, 200 meters. Anyway, Gabby Thomas is turning to her fans for advice about scary stalking. The Olympic sprinter told fans in a selfie video on TikTok that a group of 3 to 6 men, hold on, I got a damn advertisement popped up in front of me, so I've got to X the crap out. 3 to 6 men have been following me to airports in multiple cities around the United States. Then men, added Thomas, have become aggressive and hostile with her when she refused to sign images of herself. I need some advice right now because I'm in fear. I'm being stalked and I genuinely don't know what to do or who to go to, Thomas said in her January 28 video. At this point, every time that I travel, I'm afraid that these men, it's 3 to 6 of them middle-aged, are going to show up and harass me. Thomas says, it doesn't matter what city she travels to. The men always seem to know her itinerary. They've come when I'm traveling to and from Chicago. They come when I'm traveling to and from Miami, and they have my flight information. They show up either at the front door of the airport at the correct concourse, or they show up at my gate, which means they even have flight tickets and they get past security. Thomas says she had no idea how these men have access to her flight information because she often doesn't even know herself. I don't tell anyone my flight information. Nothing that changes in her. She changed her email passwords, her accounts. She feels like she's been hacked. The men typically carry around 40 photos of Thomas. They ask her to autograph. I don't know what they're doing with them, probably reselling them. I don't care, she added, but they're really aggressive and hostile if I say no. She says, being approached by these men when she's alone is scary. But also, The group also became aggressive with her boyfriend earlier this week. I don't get why people can't respect privacy. I really don't get it. I don't like feeling unsafe. Fellow Olympic gold medal winner Iona Mayer said the situation sounded so scary, she's prompting Thomas to respond. These guys are done. Once I figure this out, they won't be harassing anyone else. Coco Gauff also responded to say she's faced similar situations. This happens to me too. I don't know how it happens. My theory is maybe somebody at the airport tips them off. But I mean,
this is a business. They pay these people to tell them when people are flying in, and then they sit there to try to get autographs, and then they try to turn around, and because they get the autographs, they try to sell them for hundreds, and depending on who the person is, sometimes, and depending on what they're signing, could turn into hundreds of thousands of dollars for these guys. People use kids to do it too, because they know people usually will sign for kids and not for the. It's a terrible thing, because everybody, I mean, this is probably even more than just one person. This is obviously 4 or 5 people doing this, but like, this is the part where people say, "Oh, the athletes can't don't want to sign autograph." Well, because you sign one, and then everybody thinks they're entitled, that you got to stop and sign autographs for them, or it's a never ending.
It's disgusting, dude.
It's disgusting.
I mean, I'm livid.
That is one of the most.
And I don't know her from Adam.
Yeah.
I do like her. Like, I'm a huge Gabby Thomas fan. Like, whenever she's racing, I'm watching, because she is the ultimate athlete. She is a great human being, a great athlete, just like the perfect combination. Class to like the 10th power. Like, you want every athlete to carry themselves like Gabby Thomas. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of person I admire the hell out of. And I almost like want to be there, like, to defend her. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, dude, that's scary stuff and disgusting on every level. You have no life if that's what you're doing and harassing.
I wonder if she flies the same airline.
I doubt that.
I would go in and
you usually can't.
But
because they usually don't go everywhere you're going, especially her.
Like
she travels all over the world.
Yes, but most of these places.
Although she said it's only Chicago, Miami.
The only other thing I could think of is whoever the agent that books her stuff for her.
No, they can't be doing that to her. No, I can't see that. Those people make a lot of money off of her, bro. They can't do that to her. Well, if that's the case,
again, it depends on how much money
I'm sure she's.
But
dude, Gabby Thomas has got to be.
It's got to be the airline, an agent, or they have what she said.
I know, I'm with you.
Get into her email.
No.
There's only a few ways you can go, because
it's what you said and Luis Benito said. Airport snitching.
It's got to be, because they're the only ones that can tell what flight you're on and what.
Bro, Gabby must be represented by like a major agency. There's no way they would do that.
Well, think about this.
No way.
How many times have we been on a flight and they changed the gate once we went?
Right. Yeah.
And they're at a gate. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that all those were changed or anything, but there's got to be. There's definitely insider somewhere.
Yeah.
That's that's crazier than anything I've ever heard, as far as being at the gate when you get off a plane. I've seen people
disgusting, dude.
Lined up, like once you get past the checkpoint and outside and things like that, but not waiting at the airport.
That's disgusting. That is disgusting. All right, let me go with musicians. Let's start off with some birthdays today with musicians, since starting with a little kind of not really entertainment, but that story. Let's see what do we have. Jody Watley celebrating a birthday today, 1961, also with Shalimar. Happy birthday to Jody. Phil Collins, the great Phil Collins, singer, drummer, songwriter, record producer, actor, legend, born in the state in 1951. William King, singer, musician with the Commodores, born in 1949. Steve Marriott, guitarist, singer, songwriter with Small Faces. Let's see. Marty Ballin. Wow. American singer, songwriter, and founding member of Jefferson Airplane. Okay. And, of course, Marty went on his own solo when they became Starship, and they went with Mickey Thomas, and Marty left. He had that famous song, Hearts. It was a very famous song. It's a really great song, by the way. If you want a very cool song that you can, hang out with that special someone, Hearts from Marty Ballin, great song, dude. Great song. Odd video. He's like in, I remember he's like, he's in jail. He's in Alcatraz, I think, or something like that. I don't know. What else do we have here? No, for musicians, we're done. Let's go with famous folk celebrating birthdays today. Christian Bale. Oh, it's not good for you. He's 51 today. Oh, we got a wrestler. Kid Cudi is 41. It's a female wrestler. Okay, you got it. Danielle Campbell is 30 today, the actress. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, born in the state in 1882. We lost him in 1945. Who else is celebrating birthdays today? Isa Gonzalez, TV actress. She is 35. I have no idea who she is, but she's good looking. Wilder Valderrama is 45. Hard to take him serious as a cop now. Special agent, it's Fez. Special Agent Fez? No, when I see him with that special agent stuff, it's like, no, that's Fez. Curtis Jones, soccer player, is 24. Fez doesn't grow up, bro. Gene Hackman, one of my favorite actors of all time, is 95. Love that guy. Peter Smelly Crouch, soccer player, is 44. And Haley Reese, pop singer. I have no idea who she is, but she's 29. Okay? But, I figured I'd mention it. You got any wrestlers for me? I'm sure you got that female.
I've got one. No, I'm just kidding. Art Thomas was born on this date in 1924. Sadly, we lost him in 2003. Drake Maverick, also known as Rockstar Spud, is 42. Isamu Teranashi, easy for me to say, 79 today. And the one that you were referring to, my pick, one of two to win the Royal Rumble this Saturday, the man, Becky Lynch, turns 38 today. Those are your birthdays for January 30th in the year 2025.
Got it. There you go. Walter, are you saying the woman that I mentioned, Isa Gonzalez? Yeah, she's a looker, bro. Let me see. Mexican actress who stars as Santonico Pandemonium on the show From Dusk Till Dawn, the series. In 2017, she had a prominent role in the film Baby Driver. Also a singer, she released her debut album, the chart-topping Contra Corriente in 2009. She dropped out of acting school in 2007 when she landed her first telenovela role on Lola. In 2012, she took a starring telenovela role on Amores Verdaderos. She had a romantic relationship with Pepe Diaz from 2011 to 2013, then dated her Dusk Till Dawn co-host DJ Contara. And then from 2014 to 2016, and in 2018, she dated Josh Duhamel. I know Josh Duhamel. Then she dated Timothy Chalamet, who was the host this weekend on Saturday Night Live. Was Timothy Chalamet in 2020. Then she began a relationship with Jason Momoa in 2022. The couple announced their separation in 2022. So it lasted just less than a year. She also stars alongside Madison Davenport on the TV adaptation of From Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah. But she is a looker, bro. Like, whoa.
Can I read you something from Barry Jackson?
On Isa Gonzalez? No? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Per source, Phoenix has remained the most aggressive Butler suitor. There isn't a lot out there for Heat, which is steadfast against taking the Beal contract. Per Kevin O'Connor, NBA, this is the part I wanted to get to. Though Warriors inquired on Butler, Curry and Kerr have concerns around Butler's fit in Warriors locker room.
Shocker.
And thus have indecision about moving forward.
Yeah. I wouldn't want his punk ass in my team either. Anyway. Remember, I'm not the guy that was big on this move from the get-go. Where I was wrong, they did better than I expected without the other star. That was where I was dead wrong, bro. I would have never guessed they would have had that much success. So, anyway. We got Tony Telemundo and Orlando Baldwin. El Tío. I like it. I like it. I like it. Ringo Starr. I want you. Is everybody sitting down now? Are you sitting down? Are you okay? Because I told you a disturbing story now with Gabby, right? This is even more disturbing. I don't want you handling any heavy equipment right now. No driving. Nothing. Okay? I don't want you doing anything because when I tell you this story, you could crash. You could cut your fingers off. You know, things could happen because you'll be shocked. Are you ready? Ringo Starr has never eaten pizza. I repeat, Ringo Starr has never eaten pizza. The revelation came during a recent visit to Jimmy Kimmel Live. The interview began with a discussion about Starr's new country album, Look Up, and his recent reunion with Paul McCartney. Then Kimmel asked the Beatles star to confirm or deny some rumors that he had heard about him, including that he had never tasted pizza. Starr confirmed. The audience left with an audible gasp. I'm allergic to several items, he explained. With pizza, you don't know what you're putting in it half the time. And curry, I'm strict with myself since it makes me ill immediately. So I'm thinking there might be some kind of something in the sauce or the spices or bread or cheeses or something. But the man, like, he goes, I used to think you had the greatest life, and now I realize mine is better, said Kimmel, joking around. And so then Ringo quipped back. He says, yours is better because you've had pizza? Yeah, Ringo. Our life is a hell of a lot better than yours because we've had pizza. So let me ask you something. How is it that you're Ringo Starr? You can buy any pizza joint in the world if you wanted to. How do you not make someone make you a pizza that makes sure it doesn't have any of the ingredients that you're allergic to? Whatever it is that pizza may bring, I don't know what it is that he's allergic to.
If it's any of the common stuff, it's
like yeast.
There's stuff in other. You don't eat bread. Like what else can he not eat? I wish it had more because then at least we could figure out what it is.
Right.
Because like saying, what, you don't eat cheese?
Like, yeah, or what kind of cheese? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But most cheese has all the same ingredients.
No,
right?
sometimes you'll change up the cheeses.
Oh, yeah, but I guess, yeah. And plus, he got the money, so they could be getting the.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. You go to those places, you go to Italy and have real pizza. Man.
He's Ringo Starr, bro.
Man.
If you tell the chef, hey, we got Ringo Starr outside. He wants a pizza that doesn't have any pepper on it because he's allergic. No problem. Well, I make the pizza right now. No pepper.
How do you not?
And it's just right there. It's done.
You know what,
You're
man?
Ringo Starr, bro. I want a pizza without cheese. You're not going to argue with Ringo Starr. You're just going to make while you're making the pizza, you're going, what the hell am I doing? I'm making a pizza without cheese? Oh, well, it's for Ringo Starr, whatever he wants.
Ringo Starr's lost a lot of credibility to me.
Hasn't he?
Yes.
Seriously. That's disgusting.
That's crazy.
Never had pizza before. Ringo Starr. No wonder you're like the Beatle that we least appreciate. Because you haven't had pizza.
He should no longer be a Beatle.
I agree. We should unbeetle his ass. Exactly. That's a good idea. We take away the Beatle title from him. I like that. That's it. No, he's no star either. He's just Ringo. No star. You can't be a star if you haven't had pizza. What kind of crap is that? True Fin fan, thank you for the love in the super chat. He says, no pizza. He's a sinner. It should be a shame. You should be. How is it you go through life without having pizza? Big O, Ringo might have an allergy to the common wheat protein, gluten, or a dairy intolerance. No, obviously he has something. Obviously. And by the way, we just passed 420. I hope you did what you were supposed to do. Let's see. What else do we have here? I had pizza once a week. Damn good. Oh, man. I agree with you. Pizza is so good. God. I just had some pizza. I was at Big Cheese. I went to the Big Cheese a couple days ago with the wife. She had the clam chowder. I had a couple slices, and I also had, of course, the garlic bread. And they brought it out with the pizza sauce on the side. So good when you have that delicious garlic bread, and then you can dip it in the sauce too on top of all of that. That's like a crime. You know, that's it. It's just like, it's goodness on top of goodness on top of goodness. Bread so soft, the garlic tastes delicious, and then you dunk it into that pizza sauce. Oh my God. Big Cheese, baby. 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue. Go visit them. Tell them that Big O sent you. 305-662-6855. That's 305-662-6855. By the way, all of the dishes, you can switch up the sauces. So remember that when you go to the Big Cheese. So if you want meat sauce or tomato sauce or Alfredo sauce or pink sauce, you switch it up and you tell them, hey, can you use this sauce instead? And no problem. No problem. They get it done for you. Okay. What? Go ahead. What are you airing more Ringo grief?
He took money to do a Pizza Hut commercial.
Right.
With the monkeys.
He did?
Yes, in 1995. He joked about getting the other lads to agree. Everybody thought it was a Beatles reunion. It was the monkeys.
That's funny. You know, did you catch the reunion with McCartney and Ringo?
I don't think I did.
So they get out of the dressing room, and from the dressing room all the way to the stage, they're singing, hey, hey, we're the monkeys. It was fucking great, dude. They sung the whole theme song of the Monkees. It's there. You could go find it on somewhere on YouTube or something like that. And it was just fantastic. Because, you know, I didn't live it, but I know of it. There was all that whole, you know, oh, they're just copying the Beatles and this and that. And both bands became friends after and all that kind of stuff. And in fact, Ringo used to hang out with Davey and damn it, what's the other lead singer?
Mickey Dolenz?
Mickey Dolenz, who's the only one that's around.
I'll be here all day for your music.
Yeah, thank you. Mickey Dolenz. So they used to hang around all the time. They had this pad in Los Angeles that was, I believe, was above the rainbow or right around there or some, and it was just like a group of like elite musicians would all be there, and Ringo was one of them on top of Mickey and many others that were part of that group and all that kind of stuff. It was good shit, man. Good shit. And because back then it was just one of those things. I always hate that because it reminds me of the Greta Van Fleet thing. Because people are like, oh, well, Greta's copying Led Zeppelin. Well, yeah, they have influence of Led Zeppelin in their first album and their EP. I get it. But they didn't copy Led Zeppelin. They made their own music, and it sounds great. None of the music sounds They didn't copy Led Zeppelin's music. They have a sound like it. Okay. So what? That's the history of time. You could go listen to David Coverdale and Whitesnake and say, well, wait a minute, he's sounding a little like Robert Plant. Okay, there's an influence, big deal. So the Monkees have a little influence and it sounds Beatlesque. Okay, but it's still their own. It doesn't matter. Hey, we're the Monkees. It's still, Last Train to Clarksville. It's still different. So it's just one of those things that I always like. It's a lazy critique of people when they're not copying the song. They're making their own music. Now, will it have some influence? Yeah. Are they the first or last band that's going to have influence from another band? No, of course not. That's the greatness of the Beatles. That's the greatness of Jimi Hendrix and of the Beach Boys and of Black Sabbath. Or Elvis. They had nothing before them to influence them to do what they were doing. That's the greatness of those acts and those bands. What follows after gets influenced over and over again. So there's going to be some repetition, some similarities, things like that. That's normal. The amazing part is when you come up with something like Nirvana did decades later and you come in with a completely different genre, or like the Sex Pistols and others with punk rock. That's what helps out when you start doing something that's completely different than what's going on. But everything else is going to have some kind of an influence from something in the past, as long as it's not necessarily copying the music exactly. And then that's the part that would be unacceptable. But influences are always going to be there. Let's see. Walk Hard. The movie has Ringo Starr in it. It's a funny movie. Oh, I don't know anything about it. Maybe I'll check it out. I like you guys, the Beatles. You're almost as good as the Monkees. Dewey Cox. That's right. People say we're just the Monkees. We monkey around. Whenever I have pizza, my taste buds are invited to a party hosted by DJ Crust and McCheese, backed up by marinara sauce dancers. What? Yes, I heard about the new documentary with Led Zeppelin and on Netflix. I am looking forward to it. I will definitely be watching it. I thought it was going to go to the theaters. All right, that's what I thought. When I first heard about it, I thought it was going to the theaters. Yes, sir.
No, I was wondering like how many times that's going to happen. Like movies you think might go to theaters end up going. As we go further and further into the streamings, they're going to want to get the first runs instead of waiting for it to play there and then go.
Yeah.
Because then it makes their streaming more.
Yeah, you'll probably get a bigger audience too by streaming. For sure. For sure. And all these streaming services, they need content. So they're willing to buy that content too. And
I just wonder how much, because again, you watch movies are made and their budgets are $100 million or whatever. Does Netflix offset that and be like, okay, we'll give you the $100 million and we run it on ours first?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, does that cost?
I don't know. They pay the production cost.
That'd be something for the business end of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be very interesting to see how often that happens.
Although I think this is more like biography.
Yes,
so
yeah.
it's more about pictures, videos,
Yes.
and interviews. So the expenses won't be that bad for this.
No, for this, that's why I think that's one that could go right.
Yeah.
Again, but now when you get into blockbusters and things like that, where now do they pay for that to come? Because again, eyes would get drawn. I mean, you're going to get the.
I just, Plant just pisses me off, dude. I'm sorry. Robert Plant just pisses me off because he's so negative about, Led Zeppelin stuff. And he really, I think he takes Led Zeppelin fans for granted, old and young, because a lot of them would love to see those guys together, and three of the four are alive, and And you could use Bonham's son to be the fourth, and it's not, and it's something that they could have done several times, and they could have made a lot of money. And I know it's obviously not about the money because he refuses to do it, but because he refuses to do it, I think it's a completely dick move by him, to be quite honest. And that's kind of, in fact, Robert pisses me off so much because he's so stuck with a lot of the stuff that he does with Alison Krauss and the stuff that he's done with the Shapeshifters, when the best stuff he's ever done is Led Zeppelin and his solo stuff. Thank God I saw him like 4 times in the solo tours, and I saw Plan and Page at the Miami Arena. Thank the Lord for that. But I kind of think it's uncool on his part, the way he's mishandled something so precious and so important to so many people as music fans. They could have done something like every 7 or 10 years, go on a tour or go to a what's that called when you stay in one place? You do a residency, whatever. Do a residency at the O2 Arena in London for a month and do 10 shows. Do Madison Square Garden, do 10 shows, and do something in Sydney for 10 shows or something. That way you don't travel much, but everybody will travel for you. I know I would. I'd do anything to go see Led Zeppelin play. And I get it. Without John Bonham, you lose something, but damn, dude, Jason can at least fill in and you get the rest. And we could have enjoyed that for the last few decades, and we haven't been able to because he's an asshole. Because he thinks he's above doing Led Zeppelin anymore or something, that he's got to be doing the Alison Krauss stuff. And that stuff is all right, but it ain't better than Now and Zen. Sorry. I'll listen to Pictures at 11 over anything you've done lately, Robert. Sorry. And obviously, let's not even get into what the Led Zeppelin music. That's, arguably the greatest rock band ever, period. End of story. Robert's vocal cords have thickened too much with age. Well, no, now he can't hold the same notes he used to. That happens to everybody. But I'm talking about what's happened the last 40 years where he could have done it. Since the passing of Bonham, he could have done it, dude. That's why he did the one tour with Page. I just, what was it, like 89, 91, 90? I forgot what year it was, but it was a ways back when Robert Plant and Jimmy Page toured. Forgot what date it was, but it was somewhere there that I was at the Miami Arena watching them jam. I was like a kid in a candy store at that time. So Caitlin Clark does something else that doesn't shock because she's pure class. But what it does do is you wonder why she does that. Why be such a good person? Why not be a little bit more selfish? And yet she refuses to do that because it's kind of like what I just talked about with Led Zeppelin. If Robert Plant, whether he likes it or not, doing this would have been great for the fan base. It's not so much about you, it's about the fan base. Well, Caitlin Clark, she won't be in the NBA All-Star Weekend shooting contest. Why? Well, the WNBA phenom has reportedly been invited to compete in a special three-point challenge against the likes of Steph Curry in San Francisco. But she wants her first three-point contest to be at the WNBA All-Star Game in Indianapolis this summer. Clark's representatives at Excel Sports said in a statement on Wednesday. To me, here's a person putting her sport, right? Because obviously you're fighting for women's sports. Her league and her team first. Because she's the draw. So if she goes to the NBA contest, people are going to watch because it's Caitlin Clark. She's going to draw. But here's a league that mishandles Caitlin Clark's situation constantly. They don't know how to handle stars. They don't know how to handle somebody that is the only person in the WNBA that can fill NBA arenas. They didn't protect her, by the way. They allowed a lot of the players in the league to play dirty and take cheap shots at her for no reason at all. And please don't be stupid out there and ignorant and say, "Oh, she's a rookie." They're it's just part of the rookie, stuff that they break you in. The number 2 pick in the draft was the one taking dirty shots at her, another rookie. And by the way, then high-fiving with her teammate about taking dirty shots at her. Zero class on Angel Reese's part. And the other girl, who's a very good player, actually better than Angel Reese, is a good offensive player. I forgot her name, but another idiot that showed no class whatsoever. So it's a league that has mishandled having a superstar in their league, a star that crosses over like no star has ever crossed over for the WNBA. And yet she still put the league, her team, and everybody first when she could have been selfish and go make the money and go get the publicity. Class act, man. She's a class act. The WNBA does not deserve Caitlin Clark at all. Okay? They don't deserve having that star on in that league, especially how incredibly stupid the morons are that run that league. When I think about that, that's the part that's even more insulting. How stupid the people are that run that league. So, congratulations to Caitlin Clark, man, because it's not something that I would have seen coming from average people, but she is definitely a different person and cut from a different piece of cloth. There's no doubt about that. Let's see. You want greatness? Listen to Tekashi 69. That's talent. What's Tekashi 69? Is that idiot that's all tatted up? Is he? Is that the guy? Oh man. Let's see. Darkness is winning cold, nasty troll world. Listen to Bad Bunny. The words, the story, the voice. Man, that's talent. Our grandchildren will definitely listen to his greatness. I think that's sarcasm on his part. True Fit fan? Yeah. No, he would never be sarcastic.
Never.
What do we have crypto-wise? Jasmine still pumping at 27%. Love it. Love it. Like it. What else do we have going on? Bitcoin's been holding strong around 105 right now. So that's cool. What else do we have? Caspa up a little over 5.5%. So it's just over 13 cents. It was up to like 11% today. Pendle is up about 6%. So I'm just trying to see if there's any coins that are really going crazy. Tectum is up 17%. Damn. That's a nice pump for Tectum. Good stuff overall. Good stuff overall. All right. Any questions on Instagram or anything there, Sean Stanley? because we are going to wrap it up here on the show. We appreciate all of you out there as always. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for keeping it locked here on the program. Appreciate, of course, Mr. Brunetti, of course. The Brunetti family, always very, very supportive. The great Steve Calabro and company. We'll catch him next week, I'm sure, right before the Super Bowl. Anyways, the wise guy doesn't have to make any picks this week. No picks this week anyways for the wise guy. So we'll catch up with Steve next week. Don't forget, use that QR code right there so you can get the $100 no-regret first bet. Use the QR code, sign up. Remember, if you have a Hard Rock account already, don't use the same phone number or email. Use a different one, make your bet, and you will get your $100 no-regret first bet. That way you can get ready for the Super Bowl, man. Good stuff. Appreciate all of you out there. Thanks to Sean Stanley. We'll see you tomorrow morning from Acura. We'll be at Acura Pembroke Pines at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines. Finest dealership in the business, baby. Craig Zins, Acura of Pembroke Pines.